Hi everyone, and welcome to Module 6. This week you are continuing to work on your theory to practice links, both through some reading, which is about practical applications, as well as through your teaching learning cycle design. So you're both going to be kind of thinking and reading and kind of processing on your own, as well as working with your group activities. So with the reading, there's one that everyone is going to do, and then there's some options. This is the one that everyone is going to do. This is a paper that came out of California 2 years ago from an organization called WestEd, which is very influential in California education policy. And then oftentimes what happens is things that start there kind of spread this way. So when that came out 2 years ago, we were really, really excited because it means that kind of policymakers are thinking about how SFL can go into a kind of mainstream U.S. curriculum. And incidentally, they also redesigned the ELD standards in California to reflect an SFL framework. So that's really exciting. So this is written for teachers, and it's got kind of a combination of sort of how-to as well as kind of what the theory is. So I think you're really going to enjoy this article. Then there are some optional readings if you want to go deeper with the practice, and that's this here. This is actually from this article here. It's in the resources section at the end, and it's a bunch of kind of short theory to practice pieces. So you can refer to any of these with your journal entry. This is the Highland that we read, but we didn't get to discuss it, so this is an option for you as well. So after you finish reading, you're going to do a journal response, and it's just going to me this time. Thinking about what is resonating with you, what's confusing, what's challenging, kind of what you're not buying. If there's certain things that you think are just never going to work in your setting, this is what you're kind of talking about, or what's inspiring you maybe. You have two modes of communication for this one. You can do a voice thread, or you can do written. And let's look down here. So this is the voice thread option, and this is the written one. And if you have never done voice thread, there's kind of a tutorial here, but it's pretty easy. I'm just going to show you quickly what you would do. This here is just to kind of inspire you a little bit. It's an anchor chart that some students last year came up with as part of their teaching learning cycle project. And basically this is what sentence frames, which is what they normally do, and they were looking at them through an SFL lens. To post your voice thread, you just click on the plus button here, and then there's the video part here, and it kind of walks you through it after that. Okay. So, and then for the voice thread, you would talk for about 3 to 5 minutes, and then I would respond to you also by voice thread. And then with the written journal, looking for 3/4 to a page, and then I would respond to you in a written format. Okay, this week's teaching learning cycle project continues on with your Google Docs. There are two parts for this week though. There's the building the field part, and then there's the modeling deconstruction activities. You're pretty familiar with the building the field from 605A, but make sure that you focus on language and genre in addition to content. And some of these activities might kind of bleed into these, and that's okay. This is a good resource for these modeling and deconstruction activities. Also in your appendix, there are deconstruction activities as well. And if you think back to that article that Emily Heller and I did together, a lot of the time was spent on these deconstruction activities, and I think that's important. So here's your Google Docs. It's the same Google Docs, the same link. Make sure, I'm going to pull something over here, make sure that you are signing up for things. So this is just Katie, and Amanda's. So you've got both these for this week. So I would not have people do the same role. I would kind of mix this up and do it in a way that makes sense to you. I have, or will have by the time you see this, gone through and kind of checked everyone's mentor text and analysis to make sure those work. So you can see, and I'll just put comments right on those Google Docs. So do check those. If there's something I need you to kind of redo, I'll let you know. And then you're finishing up the language investigations packet this week. So it's section 5, and also going through the appendix. A lot of really good resources there. And the stuff on scaffolding will relate to the readings and will get you prepared for joint construction. So module 7, we're working on joint construction. Okay, so that is everything for module 6. Before I go, I just want to quickly show you, some people wanted to get started on the final project, so that is up. That is here. And again, it's not due till May 14th, but you are welcome to get going on any of this. The are a couple different options, and again, I'll talk with you more about this module 7. But if you want to do the reading one, this is an advanced detailed reading project. You could certainly get going with a text, but you might want to wait till module 7 because we're going to do some more with that then. But the writing one you could certainly get started on. Okay, and it'd probably be a good idea to actually for everyone to look through this and then bring questions on when we see you for module 7. Okay, all right, thank you.